$5. To most, it's just a latte. But in the vault, $5 is a lever. It's the first brick you lay to build an automated engine that produces $1 million fortune. Logic check. If I hand you $1 million today, but you don't have the winning logic, that money is just a countdown to zero. Why? Because you only have the result, but you don't know how to make it serve you. Without a system to grow it, your $1 million is just a rapidly melting ice cube. It gets smaller every single day. But if you possess the logic and the engine, $1 million isn't a dream, it's a scheduled arrival. Even if you start with just $5 today, you are already wealthier than a fool with $1 million because you possess a generator that never stops working. Today, I'm showing you the lever that turns pocket change into $1 million vault. I'm Leo. No gurus, no dreams. I believe basic logic is the most powerful force in the universe. Let me use basic logic to build your vault. Subscribe, and let's get to work. To build $1 million vault, you need two forces. Separately, they are weak. Together, they create a financial nuclear reaction. The first force is accumulation. This is your active control. It is the $5 you save instead of spend. By itself, $5 is just $5. It is linear and slow. The second force is compounding. This is the passive power of money creating more money. On its own, compounding takes too long to feel real. But when you combine them, it is not 1 plus 1 anymore. It is a chain reaction. 1 plus 1 does not make 2. It releases a massive explosion of energy that grows exponentially. Let us look at the math the system does not want you to calculate. If you save just $5 a day, which is $150 a month, and you plug it into a logic-driven engine that earns 10% annually, in 10 years, you have $31,000. That is your first shield. In 30 years, you have $340,000. That is a solid fortress. In 40 years, that same $5 a day has exploded into $950,000. Look at that gap. You only physically saved $72,000. The other $878,000 was created by the nuclear reactor of accumulation and compounding. Do you see the logic? $5 is the fuel, but fuel is useless unless you have the right engine. Now, I know what you're thinking. Leo, 40 years is a lifetime. I don't want to be a millionaire in a nursing home. Logic check, you're right. 40 years is the slow lane. $5 is just your ignition. As your skills grow, you upgrade the fuel. If you hit that $31,000 mark after 10 years and then supercharge the engine by contributing $1,000 a month, you hit the $1 million finish line in just 19 more years. Total time, 30 years instead of 40. And if you're impatient, if you want the vault open in just 20 years, that is the wartime protocol. You feed the engine $1,400 a month. In this 20-year war, you physically save $340,000, but the logic engine manufactures the other $660,000 for you. You are essentially buying $1 million life at a 66% discount. The engine doesn't care if you're fast or slow. It only cares if you're plugged in. But before you pour in a single cent, you must avoid the traps. So, where do you deploy your $5 soldiers? Let's look at the menu. 1. The idle trap, big banks. Savings accounts pay 0.01%. Inflation is 3%. Logic. You are paying the bank for the privilege of letting them devalue your life. You are working for free for the bank's shareholders. 2. The minefield, individual stocks. Picking stocks is like picking mushrooms in a minefield. Sure, you might find a tasty NVIDIA mushroom, but one CEO scandal is a hidden landmine that wipes out your entire army in a day. Most amateurs get blown up before they see a profit. 3. The volatility circus, crypto. Great for dopamine, terrible for a vault. It's a bet on excitement, not logic. The winner, the S&P 500, your elite special forces. Why? Because it's a self-cleansing organism. Think of the S&P 500 as your own elite special forces unit of the 500 most powerful corporations on Earth. When you buy a fund like VOO, you are hiring Tim Cook, Elon Musk, and Jensen Huang to work for you 24/7. It has a built-in Darwinian filter. If a company gets lazy or fails to innovate, it's fired from the index and replaced by a hungry winner. You don't pick winners, you own the system of winning. It is the most heartless, efficient wealth generator ever designed for an ordinary person to reach that $1 million target. Don't just run out and buy stocks. That's what amateurs do. An architect needs a sequence. We don't guess. We execute the 3-layer vault protocol. Step 1. The armor plating. Before you start the engine, you need defense. Move your emergency cash, at least $2,000, into a high-yield savings account paying 4.5% or more. This is your armor. It ensures that when life tries to sucker punch you with a medical bill or a broken car, you don't have to sell your CEO soldiers while the market is down. You never trade your future for a temporary crisis. The shield protects the engine. Step 2. The logic pipeline. Your brain is the biggest security leak in your vault. If you have to decide to save money every week, you will eventually fail. Your emotions are too expensive. Instead, build an invisible bridge. Set an auto transfer of $35 a week, just $5 a day. If that money never hits your spending hand, the inner monkey doesn't even know it exists. You are bypassing your instincts with a machine. Step 3. Tactical ownership. Once the pipeline is built, the fuel flows into the engine, VOO. This is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, the gold standard of logic. This is where you stop being a consumer and start being an owner. Stop checking the price. Owners don't watch the ticker every hour, they watch the logic of the system. In the financial war, the person who can stay bored the longest always wins. The engine is on. The vault is growing. Now, just get out of the way. $1 million isn't a miracle. It's a consequence. The $5 protocol is the logic that manufactures it. Today, the game changed. You have the blueprint. Build the bridge. Fuel the engine. Watch the gravity of your life flip from survival to absolute ownership. I'm Leo. Value every dollar. Unlock the logic. Subscribe to the channel, and let's build your vault together. I'll see you inside.